Hello friends. In every video I make, I try to provide you with spiritual knowledge that will serve you in your life. I am going to tell you a story that expresses very well what is expected of us in this life. A legend says that apart from the 3 wise men, there was a person who also saw the star of Bethlehem and decided to leave everything to follow it, because he sensed that the long-awaited Messiah had been born. This person wanted to offer the child a chest with precious pearls. However, on his way, he found people who needed his help. Without hesitation, he helped them with kindness, and gave them each a pearl. So he delayed his arrival, and emptied his chest. On his way, he found the poor, sick, and imprisoned, and they felt the obligation to care for them, delaying their trip even more. He stayed with them as long as necessary to alleviate their illnesses, and then continued on their way, until they found another person who needed their help. It happened that when they finally arrived in Bethlehem, the child was no longer there. He had fled to Egypt, since King Herod wanted to kill him. But he continued looking for him, despite no longer seeing the star that previously guided him. He spent more than 30 years looking for the child and helping everyone who found himself in his path. Finally, one day he arrived in Jerusalem. There he found a crowd of people asking for the death of a man. He looked at the poor man, and saw something familiar in his eyes. Among all the suffering, he could see in his eyes the brightness of the star that guided him. Then he understood that the man they wanted to kill was the boy he had been looking for more than 30 years. The sad old man thought it was too late to offer him the last pearl he kept in his bag. He felt like he had failed in his mission. He had nowhere to go, and stayed in Jerusalem to wait for his death. 3 days passed. A light entered so bright that it illuminated the entire room. It was Jesus, who had risen, and was coming to meet him. The man knelt before him, and gave him the pearl that he had kept for so many years. Jesus hugged him and said, "You did not fail. You found me all your life. I was hungry, and you gave me food. I was thirsty, and you gave me drink. I was cold, and you clothed me. I was in all the people you helped on your way. Thank you very much for all your good deeds. They are the best gifts of love you could give me. Heaven is your reward. Now you will be next to me." With this story I want to show you that we are all that person who looked for that child during his life. What happens is that time goes by, our priorities change, and we don't know that we should too look for that child, already a man. But we spend our lives wanting to achieve other things that lead to nothing, failing to do what would really be the purpose in life, to find that man. And how is that man found? Being kind, charitable, having mercy, compassion, and respect for our fellow human beings. Being a meek person in spirit, without an iota of violence within, and giving love to others, with gestures, actions, and words. Jesus expects us to find him in every person who needs help, and crosses our path. So this story does not have to be completely fiction, because it really is what Jesus expects of us. Maybe you say, then, should I help others people so that my life goes well, if I am here to be helped? Sometimes helping others does not solve our problem, but it helps. Helping others makes our spiritual side pleasing to the Father, and when we direct our spiritual side on the right path, our material life improves. You can help in many ways. It doesn't have to be with money, sometimes just being kind helps. I encourage you to be kinder. Start there. Don't make a bad face at anyone, or say a bad word or reproach. If you want to help but don't know how to do it, don't despair, because the Father will put in your path those people who need your help. Those who don't know how to direct their lives, who do not know where to go next, who are discouraged. I encourage you to help others who are also having a hard time. Many people do not believe in Jesus, and surely they will not have seen this part of the video. But if you knew how many people would they write telling me incredible experiences they have had with Jesus, who have come to dream of him, and have felt such great love and a feeling that enveloped them wonderfully. And I who have also had experiences with Jesus. I dreamed about him, but I have also been awake, and I cannot tell them because they would not believe me, and they have marked my life. It is something very big, and it makes you rethink how you are leading your life. What is really important and what is not, and in what way you want to spend your time here. We are all free to decide what to do with the time we have been given, but by having these experiences with Jesus, you see the true purpose more clearly. That is why I speak so convinced of its existence, because it is not that I believe it exists, is that I know that they are with us, that they do not abandon us, and that their story is real. Therefore, open your hearts to Jesus and the Virgin Mary, and you will see what others will not be able to. It is the most accurate thing you can do in your lives. To help more or less, sometimes it influences our possibilities, but converting to the Father only depends on oneself. If you want to please the Father, be kind to others, because loving others is loving the Father. Now that we are in Easter, I encourage you to watch more of my videos, and observe all the proof that I give of your existence, and life after death. They will be amazed. Happy Easter to all.